What's up, Daniel?
Oh, doing okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? How can I help?
So I got my question wrote down, and I'll do my best to speak clearly, and let me know if you have any issues hearing me.
All right, let it rip.
All right, so I wrote, how do I move forward after hard conversations or conflict, whether it's with my spouse, family, friends, or strangers? Specifically, I'm dealing with the feeling of fear. What happens is in the moment, I'll shut down and just want to get out of the situation a lot of times. And if it's serious enough, I'll sit there and dwell on it, for days over and over, what I could have done differently or what I could have said. Part B is that, and the most important factor is I've been struggling with pornography use since about the age of 15. I've always battled with fear even before pornography use, but I think it's magnified the fear in those situations. I admit that it's my own doing, but it's robbed and taken too much joy and peace out of my life. I'm thankful to be in this situation, believe it or not, because I've had the courage to finally speak up with my wife and tell her the truth about, how I've been drowning in this for so long. And I'm ready to be an encouragement to my family and friends because I know so many people are struggling with this same issue.
Man, I'm proud of you for saying that out loud, dude. Will you take a huge deep breath for me?
Yeah. Thank you.
Is that the first time you ever said that out loud other than to your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time at least.
Been sitting in there, man.
Yep.
All right. Did your wife, when you told her, did she say, screw you, I'm out of here?
No.
What'd she say?
She was very, there's a little bit of backstory to that too. I don't know if you want it or not, but
go for it.
So I was out of town working for 2 months, and then I got home, and I've never had any issues with any neighbors or anything, but my one neighbor was very confrontational. I'm not sure if he was drunk or on some drug or what happened, but he wanted to fight, just being crazy, and I walked away from it, but I went inside. But after that happened, I was in such fear, just what could happen, all these thoughts running through my head, what may happen, anyway, and it was obviously very irrational, right? Like, this guy's going to come get me and my family, whatever. And that's not even real because I've never had an issue with him up to that point. So anyway, after sitting in that fear for, a week or whatnot and just scrambling, my wife approached me and just said, I felt something from God in my spirit, just, tell me to ask you, have you been using pornography? And I told her the truth. I said, yes, I've been struggling with it. And in our premarital counseling, we talked about it too, about 5 years ago. But I wasn't really completely honest with how bad it had gotten. So she knew about it, but, she was, I guess, in the dark, and I was hiding it still.
Sure.
So
all the things that you're saying, like a lifetime struggle with pornography.
Yeah.
This constant, after you have social interactions, this rumination. I should have said this, and I saw them. They kind of looked away, and so I think that meant this. And this post hoc social engineering, right? Like, I'm gonna replay what happened as though if I replay it enough, I can change what actually happened. And then this casting into the future, like, my neighbor comes and he's going to do this, and that means he's going to do this, he's going to do this, he's going to do this. Instead of he was just kind of out of his mind and he had a bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that tells me that you have this internal terror that you're going to be left or rejected. Did somebody leave you when you were young?
No. I mean, my parents got divorced, so kind of, but...
Stop. Stop. The answer to that question is yes. One of my parents moved out on me.
Yes. And left town, yeah.
How old?
Hours away.
How old?
I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the most formidable, important season of your life outside of the newborn era, when the brain goes and quadruples itself. I made that up. Everything changes. Right. Who left? Mom or dad?
Dad had to move. He had to move court order, but...
No, he didn't. He chose to leave.
Okay.
Dad chose to leave.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And ever since then, 12-year-old Daniel's been wondering, what's so bad about me?
Right.
And you couldn't risk a real relationship, and the internet gave you some fake ones.
Exactly. Yep.
And you can't just trust yourself to be you, all your awkward self. So you show up and you try to be who you think social people want you to be, and then you replay it over and over and over and over and over, because if they leave you too, then it's all confirmed you suck and you're not worthy of being loved.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop. Isn't that exhausting, dude?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Very.
Remember that moment when your wife, did she hug you after you were honest about your pornography?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Held my hands. And,
do you remember what that felt like? Like a whole bunch of cinder blocks were taken off your shoulders?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly how it felt.
That can be your life if you'll allow it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I know. I don't need it to make sense. I need you to feel that in your body.
Okay.
Bro, the way you're living is so exhausting. You have a relationship with your old man?
Yes, I do. Very good.
Have you ever sat down and said, hey, why'd you leave me?
No, I haven't done that.
Then your relationship's not super good. What probably is happening is you've learned to perform because you're terrified he's going to leave you again.
Yeah, that's probably right.
And you laugh at his dumb jokes and you accept his political positions and yada, yada, yada. And he's probably tried to overdad you to correct his previous mistake.
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Listen to me super carefully, okay?
Okay.
You're not a piece of crap, Daniel.
Thank you.
And you're worth being friends with.
Yeah, I agree.
I know you agree intellectually, but you don't believe me.
Oh, I think I do. I'm just trying to speak clearly for you.
Are you weird? Are you awkward?
No. I mean, maybe, I guess.
I am.
Maybe.
Super awkward.
I mean, I think I've gotten a lot better socially, honestly. After I got married, I've been a lot more open and friendly with people.
All right. I wish there was a more romantic way to say what I'm about to say. I wish there was a more sophisticated, esoteric way to say what I'm about to say. There's just not.
Okay. Yeah, just say it.
You have to choose to believe you're worth being friends with.
Right.
You have to choose to begin to practice to stop dwelling on social interactions for days on end.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you a couple of homework assignments that you can do that I promise you, if you'll stick with it and not give up, that over time, you'll get more confident. Your body will learn.
Right.
And then when people reject you or they walk away from a conversation, your body won't go to war trying to salvage something that has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them.
Right.
Fair?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Every time you get done with a social situation and you begin to spin out, I want you to stop and take 10 minutes and write it all down.
Okay.
Keep a special journal that's just for negative self-talk.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have. I should have. I can't believe I wonder if. I want you to write those things down and literally feel yourself getting them out of your body. Okay?
Yeah, and I've heard you say that a lot on your show. I listen a lot, and I've done that here and there. But I need to do it regularly.
Make it a regular practice, okay? Just like going to the gym every once a month or so is not going to get you anywhere.
Right.
What we're doing over time is teaching our body to begin to default to something else.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that guy just walked away. I used to spin out like you. And now when somebody's like, oh, I got to go, I think, oh, dude, they got to go to the bathroom. That's my first. I get to make up whatever story I want.
Yeah.
Right? One of those is funny. One of those is not.
Yeah.
Right? The second one is you have to decide to stop having imaginary conversations with people that are not in the room.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I feel that.
How often do you spend having conversations in your head with other people that are not in the room?
Too often. I can't put a time frame or number on it, but like I said, anything major or serious happens.
Okay.
So, yeah. What I deem to be major, I guess.
Right. I am going to take a guess here. I wonder how much of those imaginary conversations is your mind and body spinning out trying to solve a problem. And the problem is, why did Dad leave?
Yeah.
I wonder what it would be like for you to say, Dad, I want to have a serious, hard conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
to tell him up front, my 12-year-old Daniel is still wondering, why'd you leave me?
Right. Yeah, because I've never talked about it with him. I just heard all the stories from my siblings and, you know what I mean, from parents. But yeah. I never had that.
Well, and he may say, I'm going to have to tell you some things about your mom that you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Or, I really screwed up and I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Or tell him, Dad, I've been wondering for 20 years what I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe he'll look you in the eye and start weeping and say, dude, I'm so sorry. That was never yours to carry.
Yeah.
And he might come up with a stupid excuse and make up some bullcrap story, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's possible. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do you have some accountability to be done with poisoning your mind?
Yeah. So I have a friend that has a naturopathic clinic, and I've been in there a couple times, and I have his number, and he's a good friend. So.
No, I'm talking about bro, if pornography is burying you, you got to stop.
Right.
And if that means cutting off the internet in your house for 6 months, then cut off the internet in your house. It's not worth it, man.
Yeah. So what was your question, I guess?
Are you done with it?
Yes, I'm done.
Do you have any accountability plans? Do you have people in your life that you can call, like an SA group you can go talk to, like a group of men that you can be like, bro, I'm struggling hard. Or here's the bigger thing. When you're about to log in, when you're about to go to X site, or you pick up your phone and you're about to go to wherever,
yeah.
If you can just pause for 2 seconds and say, what's my body trying to protect me from right now?
Yeah.
It almost never wants to go see other people having sex.
Right.
It almost always wants to protect you from feeling less than, about to be rejected, bored, not feeling alive, annoyed with your wife, like whatever's going on.
Yeah.
That's the real issue that we got to deal with. And in your case, I would be willing to bet money it's something around you're about to feel rejected.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that totally. But yes, I'm completely done with it. Glad it didn't lead to me, running off with another woman or something.
It wouldn't have led to that. That would have been a choice you made.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I'm glad that I didn't. Yes, that's fair.
Okay. And if you're if you're texting people you shouldn't be texting, if you're talking to people you shouldn't be talking to, that ends today. Those numbers are out of your phone. They're deleted. They're gone. Fair?
Right. Yeah, that's fair. No, I'm not. None of that's going on.
Okay. The next time you catch yourself having an imaginary conversation with somebody, just stop. Whether it's, and people are listening going, oh, okay, I'll just stop. Literally, say out loud, stop. Or not having this conversation today. I did that in the shower this morning. I was having an imaginary conversation with somebody I work with because I got pissed off last night at an event and I need to talk to them today. And I just started rehearsing the conversation. And you know what? When I was rehearsing it, I was winning. I was crushing them and saying all the right. It's so stupid. It's a fake power trip. That's what I was experiencing today, right? And I had to stop and go, stop. Stop. You're not having imaginary conversations right now. Number one, it's weird to have imaginary conversations in the shower naked about one of your coworkers. That's just strange. But beyond that, stop. Have an imaginary conversation. Having a real conversation with somebody that you need to solve a problem with. But it takes time. And when I get tired, when I don't eat right, when I'm been traveling, then my default setting starts to roll back a little bit. And I got to remind myself, not doing imaginary conversations. I'll either cross that bridge when I get there, or I'm going to call that person and set up a meeting and we're going to figure it out. But I'm not going to weigh down my life with imaginary things. Each day has enough trouble of its own. All of this rests on the thing you hear me say over and over and over, Daniel. You're worth having peace in your life. And you're worth coming home and not feeling like everybody's going to reject you. And you're worth getting some closure with your old man if you think he can handle that. And you're worth knowing that if he can't handle that, that's not on you, that's on him. And you're not carrying his crap anymore. Hang on the line, brother. I'm going to send you a copy of Building a Non-Anxious Life and Own Your Past, Change Your Future, my 2 #1 best-selling books. I want you to go through them and read them slowly, okay? Read them a chunk at a time and digest them and metabolize them and begin to do the exercises in those books. And just never forget there's peace on the other side of this thing if you continue to chase it and chase it and chase it and claw and scratch and go get it. Proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you. Let's go solve for peace. Not solve for worry and solve for, what did they say? Let's solve for peace.